They basically think, okay, this guy is from Turkey, so he should use euro. Well, we're not in euro in Turkey. Not all EU countries are in euro either. Even before they left EU, Britain was not in euro. Right now, Denmark is not in euro. Sweden is not in euro. Norway is not in euro. Norway may not be a member of EU. I'm not sure on that, but Sweden and Denmark are. So they got their own currency, the kroner. And the symbols, I always had the issue with that symbol for Norwegian kroner is NOK. It also means enough in Norwegian. The word NOK itself means enough. And in Swedish, it's SEK. I don't know what it means. And Danish is DKK. All right. It looks like that expected value is greater than what I would have gotten as a coupon. So do you think that's kind of a paradox? The trouble is, you will have that with only a probability of 2.34%. This is true if the firm dies in 1 year. If the firm dies in 1 year, you're going to get 94,711 expected. Now let's think about year 2. Given the chances, given that you didn't die, okay? Oh, in fact, I'm assuming all deaths are happening at the end of the year. Again, this is for simplification purposes. When you do this for a living, you actually kind of fit a function to those survival rates, and you do it pretty much for every day. But if you can do it kind of for each year, you'll be in the ballpark. With a probability of that, I'm sorry, I'm gonna get that amount, and I'm gonna get that amount, okay? And probability of that is 1 minus that. So it's even a little bit more, all right? For now, let's assume that this was only a 2-year bond, because extending it to 5 years doesn't accomplish any more insights. And oh, let's do one more here. Let's say this was a 3-year thing. And on year 3, if there is no default, you actually get the whole thing plus the last coupon, right? And if there is default, you get only $500,000. And this is going to happen with a probability of 1 minus that. Actually, I should use a marginal probabilities. I'm sorry. This one. All right. So with a probability of 234, you're going to die in 1 year, okay? If you do, expected cash flow from this bond is 94,700. Then, given that you haven't died in year 1, With a probability of 256, you're going to die in year two. Okay. So expected cash flow from year two is 96,623. And similarly, given that you have not died the first 3 years, you're going to get, let me see, with a probability of 2.03, given that you haven't died in year two, you're going to die and get only 500,000. Otherwise, you're going to get 1,085,000. These are the cash flows for those years, your expected cash flows. Now, all I have to do is discount them. Since they're expected, I'm going to discount them to today. So let's assume a treasury discount rate of 5%. Okay. So PV of this, one plus, I almost made the cardinal sin that I tell people not to do, hard code numbers into a formula. Even this is kind of, I don't like it. So total PV, one million one hundred three. But that is the PV that is calculated using 5%. Now, that's the promise rate, okay? 8.5. So if you think about it, what yield to maturity would have given you this price, given that's the coupon rate, right? If you go back to our bond thingy, I'm going to use the one that I did for my basic finance. It's pretty much available quickly. Face value, 1 million. I'm going to assume coupon frequency of that, 3. Of course, I don't want to be in solver modes. Coupon rates, 850. Yield to maturity, we're going to figure out. The market value for this right now is, assuming I haven't made a mistake. There's the file I just used. Oh, here it is. Let's copy that one. Yeah, it says about 4.70. Okay. It probably did something wrong, but we'll get back to that. I just wanted to show you the general idea. Oh, I haven't attached probabilities to those, but I'm not worried about it too much. That's kind of the general approach to that. Most of the trading that you would do or protection actually comes from what's called credit default swaps. Have you guys ever heard of those? It's okay if you haven't. You're nodding your head. So what do you think they are? You just heard the name. Any of you guys watched the movie The Big Short? They are talking about it. The credit default swaps are the simple versions of what they do in that movie. They're generally called collateralized debt obligations.